We're doing it! My name's Noah Benke, and I don't particularly enjoy traveling. But one thing I will do is accept an invitation from people I like to go places I don't want to go and eat things I don't want to eat. So get ready and come along with me on an adventure where we go to South America and see the beautiful beaches of Baja California Sur. In this episode of We're Doing It. We begin our trip crossing the border into Mexico through Calexico. Early on a Wednesday morning at about 3 a.m., we filled our vehicles and we also filled our hearts with anticipation for the trip that lay ahead. Thousands of miles across barren desert, not a single car in sight. Nothing but cactus shooting upward vertically from the soil, desperate for the moisture that they will never know. We drove thousands of miles directly across the ocean, all the way to the tip of the continent to our south. There were times on the journey where we felt hopeless, desperate for a place to go to the bathroom. And yet we pressed onward, moving south, sometimes questioning our direction. Were we even going the right way? But eventually, we found our destination, the town of Mulege. Situated on the western shores of the deadly Persian Gulf, Mulege is a quiet town that hides a bloody past. In the Mexican-American War of 1847, the courageous villagers battled American troops and defeated foreign settlers. Now they enjoy beautiful days on lovely beaches and unprecedented prosperity. What with the abundance of fish and wildlife, everyone who comes to Mulege can expect to experience total ecstasy and relaxation. In the past, locals earned their money through fishing and farming. But these days, it's the hospitality industry that earns their pesos, providing clams and delicacies from the ocean for hungry travelers. But even though the beaches provide an escape from reality, a place for rest, relaxation, recuperation, and hydration, it's important to remember that Mulege has a rich and storied past. Let's look at some of the things that make it special. Here in the town of Mulege, construction went on for many decades, building walls and structures that were designed to last millennia. In between the individual rocks, you see little shards that were meant to fill the gaps, as the local indigenous construction workers were unable to cut the rocks squarely. Welcome to the jail without doors. The Mulege State Penitentiary, once known for housing some of the most ferocious criminals in the entire land, now a museum carrying some of the relics of this bygone era. Here in one of the cells at Mulege State Penitentiary, we see evidence of the lives that the prisoners led. On the wall to our right, Cesar Enchilada, who spent over 40 years in this very cell with his cellmate, Colonel Thor D'Angelo. Here you can see what he was actually accused of, the crime of going on vacation with a cow. In Mulege, raising cattle was extremely important. It wasn't just a way of life, but it was what every family did. Here in the corner, we see a three-legged milking stool. Some may ask, why did the milking stool have only 3 legs? The answer to that being, of course, that the cow had the udder one.
Inmates were free to pursue other interests and hobbies while they were at the jail with no doors. Many took up writing. Some even took up art. And to this day, you can see many self-portraits of some of the more ferocious criminals.
Here at the Mulege State Penitentiary, men were kept separately from the females for obvious reasons. Some of the worst offenders were forced to do manual labor that would benefit the entire town. Here you see a wash basin that would have been utilized by men. And of course, the most difficult job of all, desk work. Only the worst offenders would have to be forced to sit in an office environment, filing and sorting papers. Even married men at the prison in Mulege really had no way of escaping many of the torments that they dealt with in their daily lives. Even though you couldn't see your wife, you were still stuck with the old ball and chain.
Un día hubo una fiesta aquí en la prisión. La orquesta de los presos empezó a tocar. Tocaron rock and roll y todo se animó. Y un cuate se paró y empezó a cantar el rock.
With the invention of the wheel, so began the industrialization of Mulege. Large flywheels enabled massive amounts of work to be done at an industrial level. And of course, once the railroads brought in, you can say that the people in Mulege choose the future. Here at the Mission Santa Rosalia, people come looking for atonement for their sins. But as you can see here, the pews are empty, as people have come to terms with their own sinful nature, and apparently are fine with it. In the United States, we have a problem called homelessness. Too many people and not enough houses. But in Mexico, the housing issue is called manlessness. Here in town, it's not uncommon to see livestock just walking the streets. Are they hungry? Of course. They enjoy grazing on any food that they can find at any place and time. But if you want to ride, you have to take that chance.
It's not the way you look, it's not the way that you smile. Although there's something to them, it's not the way you have it.
What's the secret sauce?
If I had a photograph of you, or something to remind me, I wouldn't spend my life just wishing.
As we leave the town of Mulege, we stop to reflect on the time that we had. Sleepless nights, loud sounds kept us awake. Perhaps we'll be back someday. We really don't know.
Not the way that you dance, it's not the evening sky, it's more the way your eyes are laughing as they glance.
Over here, we have a wasp nest. This was their only entertainment.
Livestock walking around, and I can't think of the word. Can't think of it.
They would be looking for clams, conchas, fish, shark, sea cows. Of course, if you want to ride, it'll be at your own. I can't think of it.